Think you're using ChatGPT to its full potential? Think again. I'm going to show you 5 ways to make your ChatGPT experience go up to the next level. My name is Dan, and this is my channel. I love making everyday technology easy. That's really what I'm all about here. I spent 19 years at Apple, and now I'm in full-time ministry. I'm going to show you 5 easy ways to level up your experience or your knowledge within ChatGPT in a very, very easy way. I've been getting this request a lot. I have two asks of you. Number one, if you end up liking the content, just give it a thumbs up. That really gives me feedback that the information that I'm sharing with you is doing good, right? It's kind of clicking. But if you find value in what you learned today, if you learned something, then do me a huge honor. Would you sub to the channel? That really means the world to me. Take a look around, check out all the information that I put. So let me change cameras here, and I want to show you 5 easy ways where you can level up your knowledge of ChatGPT, and we're gonna take it to the next level. So I'm mirroring my screen here. And the first thing that I want to show you is, believe it or not, custom GPTs. Now, I am using the paid version of ChatGPT. There's actually 3 versions of ChatGPT. There's the free version, which is very powerful, and I honestly recommend that that's where you start. And the second level is a $20 a month level, which gives you more tools. It gives you less downtime if the servers are extremely busy. It lets you crunch data faster, plus it keeps you on the latest engine of ChatGPT, if you will. And then if you're a power user, you use this for business or in the corporate environment, they do definitely have like a pro version, which is like $200 a month and gives you access to even more, especially the speed. But I want to show you just some of the few ways that I use ChatGPT to the next level. The first one is GPTs. If you look over here on your left-hand side of the screen, many people never click on this where it says GPTs. And by clicking on this, you can see that you have an Explore tab. I have 2 already that are activated, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on Explore. When you click on Explore, you're going to see different featured it's like apps within ChatGPT, if you will, where you can definitely level up your experience within using this tool. One that I love using is Canva. Canva, if you're not aware, it's an easy way to create graphics. If you are preparing a report of some kind and you have to make slides for your PowerPoint or for your keynote or just a PDF or something, many people are using Canva now because it just makes it so much easier. It's like Photoshop for everybody. Now, by enabling this GPT, which I've already have, so I'm going to go ahead and hit X, you're going to notice that I have now this dedicated window or this dedicated chat for Canva. Now I can click on Canva here, and then I can ask it very simply, help me create a presentation on SpaceX. I need 3 slides that highlight special features on launches, right? So in your case, obviously it would be different. It would be very applicable to your circle, your world, your category 1, if you will. So by me just creating this specific ask within this GPT, it's going to go ahead and give me information. And then obviously the more information that I give it, the better the response is going to be. But here the interesting thing is that now it's going to interlock this third-party program called Canva to start creating the graphics. Now, let me just kind of pause and slow down a little bit. If I were not doing this in a specific Canva chat, right? If maybe AI is brand new to you, maybe ChatGPT is brand new to you, you can go in there and just ask away. I could have asked this in a regular search bar within ChatGPT, and it's going to produce most likely the same amount of information as quickly as it does. But then if I wanted to then create slides, I would have to then ask ChatGPT to create images, slides. It puts a lot more time and effort into the conversation between you and the ChatGPT software to be able to create that. By me going to a dedicated GPT or a dedicated channel, right, a dedicated profile that I know the outcome is going to be a graphic slides, it kind of fast forwards a bunch of steps for you in the process, especially for ChatGPT. So here it's going to give me a very basic structure of slide 1, reusable rockets, slide 2, Falcon Heavy, slide 3, the crewed mission. It's kind of it's telling me, hey, does this sound like it's right on time? Yes, perfect. Go ahead and create slides. Now, it's going to go out, it's going to grab images, and it's going to start putting these slides together for me. And then the way that you're going to level up the way that you're using ChatGPT, it's automatically going to bring this information into a Canva file for you. So you can quickly go and start editing. A lot of people are using ChatGPT to create images or pictures for their slides, but then now you have to go download that file, open up Canva or your third-party application that you're using, import that slide, and then many times it's just a static image, where here it's actually leveraging Canva to create these slides with all the full elements, where you can drag around the pictures, you can change the font on the title, you can add additional information. So we'll let ChatGPT here get to work, and just like that, you've leveled up your experience within ChatGPT. That's tip number 1. Now, tip number 2, let's talk about projects. If you look again here on the far left side of the window within your ChatGPT, you'll notice I have a couple of projects. I have task, health, and travel. I'm going to go ahead and select new project. And a project is a way to kind of get your ideas organized, and you can kind of create little dedicated areas for that specific project. Now, this is very powerful and very underutilized. I created as two demo purposes. Number one is health. Let's say you are wanting to get in shape, right? I know that we're kind of falling into the fall season here and the holidays are coming. We're probably going to put a couple extra pounds as we start eating more dessert. But I can create this one project that is solely focused in on my health. Now, the more information that I feed this project, the better the data response is going to be. So I can literally put in here, like I did, I put a couple of my health goals. So I said, I put in here, I am on a health journey and I have some specific goals. What do you need from me? And it kind of came back and gave me specific questions. What are my main goals? What's my current status? What are my lifestyle preferences? What's my dietary needs? How much time do I have to work out? So on and so forth. So I can literally go onto my health chat and put in my height, my weight. If I have additional information like my blood pressure, all of my levels, I can enter all that information, and then I can say, build me a plan to execute this. Maybe it's a workout plan. Maybe it's just a diet plan. Maybe it's one where I want to monitor specific levels within my blood pressure or my health stats. Whatever it is that you needed to do, it can live within this health folder, if you will. And the more information that ChatGPT will kind of gather, the information is just going to get better and better and better, yet it's consolidated into one specific folder. This is very, very huge. This is a huge benefit. I am one that I am typically a picky eater. I started working out. This is my birthday month, and I just got a little older, a little wiser. And I've been setting up a home gym here. I have a treadmill, a bike, some weight stations, and a rowing machine. Kind of doing a couple of videos on that as we speak. And I really don't know what to do. So in my health folder, it gave me a detailed workout plan with my schedule, because I put in the times and the dates that I am available. And it's like having your own personal coach. It's remarkable. I added a second one because I think not everybody, it maybe is on a health journey, but maybe you're on a travel journey. Maybe you're planning your winter vacation. Phenomenal. You can create a travel project, and you can put the destination of where you want to visit, maybe the time frame. You can start asking it to find hotels or reservations. What are the top places to visit? If you're going abroad, overseas, you can ask it for currency exchange. You can ask it for what are the best times for traveling, the weather, you name it, you can start customizing it to that specific trip. And one of the things that we've been actually playing with next year, we're hoping to travel abroad and visit Paris. If you're watching from Europe or anywhere out there, drop me a comment down below. Tell me where you're watching from. But I'm hoping to go out to Paris next year, and I want to start learning a little bit of French. So even within my project window, I said, by the way, as I'm looking for places to visit, I reminded ChatGPT, would you teach me French? And then I got very specific, as if I am an elementary, right? An elementary grade school child, right? Because I do have a couple of kids, and they're within that age range, and I thought it would be fun to learn alongside them with some basic words. So this is phenomenal, leveraging projects within ChatGPT. That is a big tip number 2. Let's go to tip number 3. Tip number 3, I think, is remarkable. I mean, talk about leveling up your experience within ChatGPT. I'm going to go ahead and start a new chat here, and I'm going to write the word canvas, right? Not Canva like the application that we were talking before. I'm going to go ahead and put canvas, and it's going to go ahead and ask me a question. And the purpose of Canvas is that I am now creating a new workspace, and I'm going to put, I need a reference letter, right? I know many of you have to do reference letters, and sometimes that can be a little bit of kind of, a monotonous thing for my employee. And I'm just going to put my name here, Dan Rodriguez, or I'll change it up a little bit. I'll put David Smith. He worked for me for 10 years and was great at his expertise, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and type something up here. It's gonna go and it's gonna create a generic reference letter. And again, I'm doing this because I know your time is precious. It's going to create a letter for me of a reference. Now, typically before, if you're just new to ChatGPT and you're just using ChatGPT, you would ask it, hey, just write me a reference letter, and it's gonna go give you a letter, and then you wanna make some edits, and you'll ask Chat to make those edits, and now it's going to give you another version and another version, and it's just, you're wasting time. Here within Canvas, as you notice here, it says copy, edit, or download. I can hit edit. Now I can go anywhere here and I can change whatever I want, right? I can put here anything, right? You guys get it. I can change a paragraph. I can change a sentence. I can add something to that. Dependable. He's trustworthy, dependable, right? I can quickly add something. So now it's almost like we are in a personal chat with an assistant, right? We opened up, the way that I see it, we opened up a shared document, and now I'm actually working with ChatGPT to make this reference letter the very best that it can be. This can be translated to anything. If you need help writing a paper, if you need help creating a contract, you name it. I think this is an amazing tip number 3. Let's go to tip number 4. All right, let's talk about tip number 4. Do you deal with a lot of Excel spreadsheets or data crunching? Maybe you are a small business owner, maybe you are an entrepreneur, and you deal with data. Well, I'm going to show you this bonus tip because I think it is pretty powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pretend that I have an Excel spreadsheet here with some data, and I just created a dummy spreadsheet with some YouTube data that I just kind of randomized. I'm going to go ahead and paste this onto my ChatGPT. Now, keep in mind, I can create a project. I can create a special tabbed window where all this information is going to live, and you've seen already the benefits of that Chat will get better at analyzing that data. But for this example, I'm just going to throw it here in the main chat window, and I'm just going to paste that information on here, and I'm going to ask it. I'm just going to copy and paste the data. I'm going to say, based on this data, which month had the greatest growth? I'll just keep it very simple. And it's going to crunch that data for me. It's going to analyze it. Even though it looks kind of messy, it's structured within Excel or Numbers, whatever program you're using. It's just very important that it's a CSV, comma separated value. And here's already coming back to me like and telling me, here's a quick breakdown of your YouTube growth analysis. And says, hey, in December 2025, there was growth of 7,000 views, right? From 18,000 to 125,000. Man, this is a great time to tell you, have you subscribed to this channel? Have you learned something? Have you found value? Then sub right now. Just say, hey, I subbed. But quickly, if you're not in the position of really doing some hardcore data number crunching, this is a phenomenal way to dissect information to help you get through it and break it down in different views. You can even ask ChatGPT, what other trends and may I be missing? Or what other trends are noticeable? What are the downsides? Could you do projections based on this 2 years of growth or this history of data? What are my projections going for the next year or 2 years? This is phenomenal. This is stuff that I would do that would take me a long time, especially when I was at Apple and dealing with projections. This is easy. This is just such a talk about leveling up your experience or your knowledge of ChatGPT to use it for your advantage. This is a very powerful tip number 4. Let's go to my last tip, tip number 5, and I will have 2 additional bonus tips just for you. Tip number 5, let's talk about task. Now, tip number 5 is task, or in some cases you can call it agent. And this definitely falls into the paid version. There is some access to this, to the free version. But basically what a task is, or an agent, I am going to now create a specific task for ChatGPT to run daily or weekly, right? So in my case, since I'm in the tech world, even though I'm in full-time ministry, this is like my stress relief, afternoon here behind my camera. I can create a task by simply saying the word task. Now hit return, and you notice that I have a folder to my far left hand side called task already. And I have my health tracker there, I have my travel journey there, but it says here it's going to create a specific task. And it's going to, what do you want to do? Well, I would love to check to know top tech trends in the top tech trends on a weekly basis, right? I'll keep it high level, simple, but you can plug in your niche there. Maybe you're a restaurant owner or a chef or a bookkeeper. Maybe you're a teacher and you're looking for constant content. Maybe you are a Sunday school teacher and you would love to maybe gather devotionals or you name it, right? You can kind of tweak this to this. And basically what this is going to do, this is going to go out to the internet. It's going to dig through and sort through all the data that's out there and then bring you back a weekly report on what it's found. It's almost like a fetch system. And again, I'm keeping this very high level because I don't want to make an hour-long video. But the more information you give it, the better it will be. You can be specific as to what sources for it to use and what sources you don't want it to use, right? Maybe you want it to keep it within this type of tech review angle, right? Maybe you're not looking for an engineer level review, but maybe you're looking for more of a consumer or vice versa. But this is a very powerful tool. So here it says deliver weekly tech trends weekly on Monday at 9 a.m. I can change that, maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday, Friday. You get the idea. And now every week, this data is going to populate in your ChatGPT within its own folder, and it'll just kind of keep a long history line of your data that you found. I think these are 5 amazing tips on how you can extend or level up your knowledge of ChatGPT, but I do have 2 bonus ones for you. And the first one is kind of basic, but I think it needs to be talked about because there's a lot of concern about privacy. And obviously, the more you use ChatGPT or any AI for that matter, you are giving a lot of your data, of your personal information here into their platform. Now, if you notice in the top right hand corner, there's like a chat window, but it's dashed around. It's called turn on a temporary chat. By turning on a temporary chat, this chat will be kept private. This data is not going to be kept after you have closed this window. So this is a temporary chat where you can go and kind of get information. Now, the downside to that, you are not going to get data that gets better over time, right? And again, that might be the goal. Maybe you don't want it, but if you're looking to have more of that historical data, it getting better, for example, in your health journey, if maybe your plan is to lose weight or gain muscle mass, and you want ChatGPT to kind of keep memory of that trend, then this will not be for you. But if you're the type of person that just wants to leverage the power of AI to go and ask for data points really back, really quick, one and done, I don't need it again, then the privacy or the private or the temporary chat is the way to go. The second thing that I want to kind of highlight to you, and by the way, you can always go to your profile in the bottom and you can definitely go to settings and you can go into personalization. You can kind of keep your information here private. You can control the data. You can archive. There's a lot of personal privacy settings that you can go through on here. Improve the model for everyone. That's on by default. Maybe you want to turn that off, right? There's a lot of privacy settings that you need to dive into and kind of tweak to your own liking. But here's my second bonus tip. And people, I rarely see them using this, but if I'm going to start a chat with ChatGPT, I can tell Chat what I want it to be. Like, I want you to be a HR manager for a top trending tech company. And I'll tell you why. Right? So I am telling ChatGPT to put on the lens or the hat of this specific person. Now, once they step into that role, I can say I'm applying for this position. I can maybe copy and paste the posting, the job listing, the job posting. I can upload my resume, and then I can ask ChatGPT, could we do a mock interview? Now, the interview is going to be tailored based on that position, based on that eye level or that vision statement from it being an HR manager at a top tech company. Like, do you guys see the power in that? Like, is your mind just not like that deserves a like, that deserves a sub? Because I think that's going to help you take your level of ChatGPT to the next level. Listen, this is a long video as it is. I want to personally thank you guys so much for watching, for staying on this long. Do me a favor, man, join our community. I do this for, I find so much joy in helping people learn. So if you learned anything, drop it in a comment. Tell me that invigorates me. I'm always in the chat, so I'm reading every single comment. I try to answer as best as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below. But until next time, peace.